Hi, I'm Goose, and we're hopping back in right where we left off last time. K-Hug came by and got me some of my heavy machinery so we can get going on this. Look at that bulldozer. That is nice. That is a nice bulldozer right there. And he also got us an excavator, which, ooh, also a great build. Good job, K-Hug. Love these. This is really cool. This is a cool build. So we are going to start out by mapping out the roads and the plots. So I just need to make sure how many houses we can fit in the area we already have and how far we are going to have to expand it, because we are going to have to expand it. I just got to accept that. It's going to happen. But it'll be good to know exactly how much we're going to need to expand it before we start. So let's sleep and get this going. All right, we do have a little bit of a hill to get rid of to start. But luckily, Lane and Jitterybug are online and said they'd come and help me flatten this out. So should only take a couple seconds. Well, that was all I needed. I appreciate it. I'll give you guys each a carrot.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, not even golden, but you know.
Cool. I'm gonna keep working on my house.
All right, have fun. Thanks.
Thanks.
So it seems like with what we have so far, we can fit 10 plots in here. So we got all that laid out. Definitely going to want to do more. I think easiest is going to be to expand this way. I might do one real long street all the way over here. But I was also thinking maybe I'll just do 2 more on each side and end it with a cul-de-sac or something. And then remove this plot and have the road turn this way into this area. But we'll see. I still got to make a few choices, but we got the plots laid out. So next up is getting the layouts for some of the houses, getting a little bit more kind of planning done, I guess, and materials collecting as far as this goes. But we do have a plan for a couple little small, fun, little tiny builds that we're going to do. So those are next. Well, my first plan was to make a little pop-up shop to sell a bunch of these red mushroom blocks because I have a ton of them and don't think I'll ever use them. But I was just flying around spawn, and there's a new shop over here. Come on. Perfect. That is opening soon. That is already selling a bunch of red mushroom blocks. So we don't need 2 shops selling the same block that I feel like a lot of people are not going to buy anyway. So I have to come up with something else to do. And I do have an idea. This rock over here, right there, every time I go past it, it looks more and more like a llama head to me. So I think today I'm going to figure out how I can make this a llama head. Unfortunately, every time I try to build something, apparently it just turns into a goose. So there's a chance that halfway through this may end up being a giant goose head, but we'll figure it out either way. So I am going to take some measurements of this, and we're going to hop over into creative because that is something I haven't really done before. So we're going to figure it out together. So we're in the creative world. I want to take a sec while we're here to show you guys some of the suburb planning. This is the model that I went with, obviously, because that's the one that you saw me build, and just how it's going to look when they're all lined up. Here's some of the other options I had. I really like this one. I think this one looks the best overall. But it's big, 3-car garage, got the trees, got the landscaping. This would be a really big plot and a lot of materials, so I decided against that one, unfortunately. And this one was kind of my in-between choice. I like the kind of color palette and look of this one more than that one, but it doesn't give the same, weird suburb feel that those ones do, so I decided to stick with those. All right, we are lucky enough that we had a world download already ready to go. So I just hopped in there and copied out this little section and pasted it in here instead of trying to make a mock-up from a pillar and then going from that. This is going to be much easier. I also have my little reference board here. I got a few pictures of llamas, some Minecraft llamas. I'm going to go with more of a realistic llama because I really like the curve in the neck and the ear. There's not a ton that I'm going to have to do to that shape, honestly. I like the idea of this looking not just like a big model of a llama, but like it is something that was actually carved out of the stone here. So I want to maybe put some like kind of scaffolding or supports or like little flags, things like that you'd kind of see like on a big rock sculpture in the mountains or something like that. But I want to walk you through how I'm going to do this from the start, because I don't really know how I'm going to do it yet. So you're gonna get to see the whole trial and error process. So first off, though, I'm going to remove all of this over here, so we have a more basic shape that we're working with. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm kind of blocking out the dimensions. So I think I want the head to come out, maybe not quite that far. Maybe we'll go right around there. I think should be good. And I also need to bring that up a little bit. So we'll just put another one. Probably right there. Okay, that's looking pretty good. If we look at this reference that I have right here, which I think I'm going to be largely basing it off of, I do like how fluffy the one on the top is, but I think the bottom is a better silhouette. We notice that the nose comes just past the thickest part of the neck. And then in the back, the ear is going to be lined up with about the center of the neck. So we want to get those kind of proportions right. So I think right around here is going to be the thickest part of the neck. Maybe it'll end up being a little higher, like right here. But that means that we need to bring this out just 1 or 2 blocks more. Next thing I want to do is I want to line up the ear. So the ear is back here, but I think it's going to be better if we have the ear right here. So we're going to clear all of this out and put the ear in a little bit more center line with the neck. The ear is going to curve, but we'll do that in a sec. So just for height of the ear and distance for the snout, I'm happy with that. We have the neck meeting in with the head right around here. I'm going to mark that with some stone. And I'm going to switch to something a little more visible than stone. Let's do red sandstone. Okay, so that is where the neck meets the bottom of the head. Now from there, it's a pretty smooth curve that this follows pretty well already. Maybe we need to move this area up a little bit so the thickest part is right here instead of down here. If we're looking at the ear as the center line, this is mostly fur, but it is going to come back pretty far. So I think right about there is a good distance for it being the farthest back, but it is a little bit too high. So if we can move this whole section down like 3 or 4 blocks, I think that'll do the trick. So I'm just going to remove a little bit off the edge here. Now we can also see that the farthest left point of the neck is just about even with where the neck meets the front of the jaw. So maybe I'll move this up 1. And I think that'll work. So it's not gonna be exactly in the same spot, but it'll be pretty close. And that gives us, actually, no, now that I look at this angle needs to be a little sharper. So let's move this up to be even with it. And that gives us a little bit more accuracy with how this angle is gonna work. And then this angle comes almost straight down. Curves in a little bit, but it comes almost straight down. Maybe I think I'm gonna lower the ear a little bit, 2 blocks, and then lower this down a little bit as well. All right, next step is to get the general shaping of the head. And remember, we're just working on silhouette here. So we're not worried about the form of it. We're not worried about how round or how far this way or that way it goes. We're just looking to make sure that we have the shape and the location of each shape, like the proportions correct, before we move into trying to build it out. So the ear, I think I'm just going to have the ear be 3 blocks tall. And then we just have to connect this down to here and then connect that down on the bottom. It's a pretty consistent slope, but there is a little bit more on top. But I'm pretty happy with that shape. Yeah, and then we'll bring in, need the front of the snout to be kind of flat. I think just 2 blocks should do good. Yeah, that looks good. And then we will bring this side back in towards the neck. And it does drop down just a little bit, and that meets up perfectly with where we had the neck meeting the bottom of the jaw. All right, so there we have just a basic silhouette of the head. And most of the curve on the neck is between the bottom of the jaw and then this point right here. And then it's still curved a little bit on the way down, but it's a little bit more straight. So most of this angle is going to be right here. Something that's interesting is the left side is, for the most part, straight right there. But we know that that's just because of the fur. So if we think about where the actual spine is, it's going to be centered right at the base of the skull right there. It's going to come down and it's going to curve. It's following this stone structure a little bit more than it's following the sandstone. So I think our way around that is we may have our silhouette end over here, but most of the mass in the form, like the depth this direction, will focus to follow that line down from the ear down to here. And I think that'll give it the impression of having fur and then having like the meat and the muscle and the bone is really going to be taking up the middle. So we'll see once we start working on the form how that works. I got to tell you, it's so hard for me not to turn this into a goose. It's already goose shaped. I'm trying real hard to keep it as a llama, trust me. Now that we have a basic silhouette, I want to work on the palette a little bit so that as we build it up, we're seeing the actual palette. I have a lot of terracotta from when I was helping Inca do some stuff. So let's see. Some of that might be good. I actually really like the orange. I might stick with that kind of a palette. I want to see how granite looks in that too, though, because it will be very valuable for me to have the walls and the stairs. I'm gonna have to have something with walls and stairs if I want it to look how I'm thinking. I'm actually just going to swap all of this out for granite and see how that looks. And I'm going to decide if we're going to do the base out of granite or do it out of terracotta. All right, I'm going to start by filling in the entire silhouette with the granite, because we know that this is going to be the farthest that it's going to reach. And we know that the center of it is all going to be filled in. And then I'm going to go through and I'm just going to build up each layer in both directions, and each layer will get smaller and smaller so that it's rounded out. You know that the sides of the neck are going to be further out than any part of the face. So we know that our thickest point is going to be around here. So if we are going out 1, 2, 3, what do I have? 4 blocks here. We're going to go out 4 blocks. We know that we can do that safely right around here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're kind of going to do the same thing that we did with the silhouette, where we're going to create our dimensions and our proportions and where things are going to be, and then we will blend everything into it. And I'm just following the edge of this, but keeping it in a block or two, depending on the area. And eventually, it'll look round, hopefully. We humans have a tendency to want to make things look very uniform. It's very hard for us to create quote-unquote randomness and organic-looking things. But I really like it because the less you care about where you place things, the better it looks often. There's some stuff you got to pay attention to, but for the most part, if I want this to look like natural fur, I should pay less attention to where I'm placing the blocks and just kind of get them in the general areas. And then all those little mistakes will add up into making it look random and natural and organic. So remember how I was saying I wanted the mass of the object, of the llama, to look like it was following that spinal curve down and not just coming straight down? So even though we have the silhouette going straight down over here, the form, the mass of this, I'm having that follow more of a diagonal here and then curve back a little bit. And this is going to make it look a little bit more like it is all one kind of snaking llama neck object instead of straight lines with a cylinder. So with the shaders on, we can see a general idea of where the shadows would be falling if the light was coming from that direction. I want to emanate it a little bit more as if it was coming from up here, coming down at a diagonal, and to increase the amount of roundness that this looks like it has, I'm not going to be following like that line directly. So we'll have this area will be in shadow, but I'm also going to bring some of these colors up into here, and it's going to make it kind of look like a false line right here that's curving back. So we'll see how that looks. Now another problem we run into here with the value is that this orange terracotta is a little bit darker than the normal terracotta. But if we're going to be following the idea of having proximity to orange and yellow be light and then proximity to red being the darkness, I'm going to see what these look like when I switch them, but I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah, it's not quite what I want. Let's look through and see if there are any other blocks that might bridge that gap better, or that I can use to replace one of those to make it a little bit more consistent in terms of light. We do have a honey farm, so honeycomb is an option. So are honey blocks. We do also have a savanna nearby, so acacia will be good. And then copper is an option, although it is a very expensive option. And then we can always just move straight into yellows, with the yellow terracotta is still very orange. And pumpkin could work. I'm not a big fan of the pumpkin block. Well, I mean, I like the pumpkin block, but not for the texture for building, so we'll see. I think this might be a little bit extreme, and I don't know if the transparency is going to work. Let's throw a couple up there and see how they look. Now, actually, that might work really well. That's a good way to blend just very, very subtle differences between having that on top of the red sandstone and on top of the granite. But that does work to kind of move it over a little bit. Okay, so honey block is definitely an option. Let's see how bright the yellow terracotta is up there. That is going to be brighter than the honey block. And I also want to see what honey block looks like on top of it. Also a slight difference. Not as big of a difference, but that might still work. Now the question is, if we are going with coloring like that, I think it is going to take away from the illusion that this is carved out of rock, and this is going to be more of just a large sculpture. That is a little more outside of my comfort zone, which makes me want to do it. I kind of want to see if I can pull it off, see if I can learn a little bit from that. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to go with having it going from colored. We'll probably do from orange terracotta into yellow terracotta. And I still need to find out something for the shadows. When it's in the shadow, the normal terracotta looks like it's working pretty good, but I might have to change that up a little. So my wife just walked by and pointed out to me that this one is an alpaca and this one is a llama. So luckily I'm building the llama and not the alpaca. So we'll just remove that we'll remove that alpaca from there. It looks a little messy, especially with the honey blocks, but I think as we go through, clean things up, and then once we get a really defined shadow mass on the left side, it'll make the right side make a little bit more sense. 7 out of 10 happy with that. I'm going to take a break for a little bit. I'm going to look at something else. And then we're going to do what I think is one of the most important parts when you're creating something new. We're going to see what our first reaction is after we haven't looked at it for a little bit. And we're going to use that to make our next decision. So we will be right back. Okay, we are hopping back in and seeing our first reaction and seeing if we like it. I do not like it. That's darn. Okay, let's see. I don't like the yellow to orange. I think I want to go back to the original idea of doing it mostly out of granite and having it look like stone. The shape isn't quite there. I think up here might be a little too busy. Okay, it's a little better. All right, I'm going to change all of it back to granite, and we're going to start over. I think we can remove this whole layer and still be pretty in line with what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I don't think that really took anything away from it. When working with a design like this, I tend to maybe overdo it at first and then strip away everything I can, and I just start taking things away. And if I take it away and it doesn't really diminish the design, then I didn't need it in the first place. There we go. All right. I'm much happier with that. So I'm going to work on some decorations and like the scaffolding, and we'll try to find some other blocks. I think dirt also is going to work well. I can use dirt just as some of the shadows. And I'm going to see if there's anything that's going to work as a good general shadow to granite. So granite is, it's a fairly orange, pink, red. So if I'm going to be looking for a shadow, it'll be smart to look for things that are leaning a little bit more towards blue and green. Fortunately, tough might be perfect for that. Let's see. Now it's leaning very far in the other direction, but having that contrast might make it a very good option for a shadow. Yeah, it still works pretty well in there. So I might touch up a couple places with that. Maybe use that to blend down into the base and have that blend down into the stone. But overall, Gotta say, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. There we go. Now it's looking a little better. That tough was a good block choice. I think that works out really well with this. All right, I gotta say I'm pretty happy with that. I think this is a great starting spot. Once I have it in there and I can fly around it for a little while and really look at it, we might change up some of the stuff. But I think that this is the reference that I'm going to take into the server, and we're gonna see if we can get this built. But first, Zinc has a... Oh, I'm not on the ground. Can't crouch in the air. Feels weird. All right, first, Zinc has a fun little game for us to play that I don't really know what it is or how it's going to work, but we're fighting each other, and it involves diamonds. So we'll see how we do on that. And after that, we will get into building this.
Yeah, there's no goose on your shirt.
There's no goose on my shirt?
scared.
There's no...
There's no goose in the goose.
I don't know why my eyes are like that.
Pre-goose.
Pre-goose.
Oh, I
What
want
is the
that.
hair?
I want that
I'm
head
still
so
curious.
bad.
What
Okay,
is
so the
that?
hair is... I have brown hair, and it is bleached, and my roots are growing out. And so as the hardcore series went, I let my beard grow back in, and I let my hair grow longer. So then it is how it looks currently.
That's funny. Oh.
Did you finally grow some eyebrows?
I did, but I was like, I don't know why. I really I look at this now, and I'm like, what was I thinking? Like, how did I look at that? And I was like, yeah,
I'm
it
just
looks great.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
But
Wait,
I,
do I have to
Just
show
wanna
off
make
my
character-
old one now? I'm not even sure if I still have it downloaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Do
wanna
you
see
have
it.
any levels that you care about at the moment?
Yes.
It's gonna take a long time. I'll be right back.
Aw, sad.
oh,
Sad.
actually, you know
Oh
what?
yeah, can we should
Yeah,
pick
yeah,
this
go
head.
for it. Hold on, let me put my diamond away. You guys can get my head a
Okay.
couple times.
Side
Skid.
videos.
Oh.
Yeah, I was trying to
Oh,
decide
God, it's
between
happening.
like
Very close.
between
Link,
tracksuit
get a
or Santa
sword.
Claus
That's-
or pirate.
That's painful to watch.
I mean a new one that's kind of silly.
Anyway, Goose, that is definitely not what I thought.
I
It was
know, right?
supposed to be. Yeah. It's interesting, though.
There's some people on the Discord that were like, so is it like an egg on your head or something? And I was
Yeah.
like, no, it's
Oh,
hair.
I thought it was the carcass of a goose.
That's what I
I feel like
Yeah, I feel like
still wearing
you know, like
the
head
rib
wraps that they
cage
wear
of a
in, like,
goose.
in the Swan Lake ballet pictures, like
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
Oh,
what the
man.
swans wear. That's what I thought it was.
Okay, well, I feel like I gotta change it now. Literally, nobody has been like, oh yeah, bleached hair. They're always like, is it feathers? Is it
I'm
an
gonna
egg?
be honest. I thought it was bleached hair, so that's always what I thought.
Thank you,
Ah,
thank
there you
you.
go.
All right.
It kind of looked like bird poop on the head.
A lot of it.
Okay, I'm kind of
Oh.
okay. Thank you, Jitter. I'm actually
Oh.
you're not the only one who thought that.
I'm gonna put my real skin on, and I'll be back.
Okay,
Okay.
let's get this thing going.
Right.
Okay, so the rules are nothing in your inventory. Nothing. That is no food, no armor, no weapons, no nothing
No
in
cocoa
your
beans.
inventory.
No
No
cocoa
cocoa beans.
No cocoa beans.
Except for
If
this
you
diamond for
have-
entry, right?
The diamond you must carry with you in your offhand all the time. You must have that in your offhand all the time. Once you have been killed, please remove yourself from the fighting area.
Okay.
I haven't decided how to do that. Maybe go back to your base or hang out near your build or something like that. But you won't have a diamond, so you won't be being attacked anyway. So just look for that.
Okay.
No cheating, please. Just don't. If you think you've found a way to cheat, then you're cheating, and I don't want you to cheat. So please don't. If I see you cheating, I will just go and get my armor and my sword, and I will just come and kill you. So don't do that.
Don't
That's
do that.
not fun for anybody if anybody tries to manipulate the
Phew.
system.
Keep cheating. He had wheat seeds.
No, all right.
So no going to creative mode.
That's
is what
such an
you're saying.
advantage. with
Yeah,
those
don't go in
weeks.
creative mode, Oda, please. Yes.
Dang it.
Yeah.
So the idea will be that when I start the match, you will be all in a free-for-all. You will be able to kill each other just by punching. You can crit. You can do what you want. Be mindful that there are dogs around spawn and things like that.
Uh-oh.
So that could end poorly.
Hang
I
on.
put mine
Um,
inside, so
Yep.
Yeah,
If anyone
yeah,
wants
I'm
to
yeah.
do
putting
that.
mine
Good
by the
idea.
bus. I'll be
Right.
right back.
Yeah,
No-
probably
no-
not
no
bad
one-
idea,
inside.
just
And no one get upset
Uh,
if your like flowers or grass gets punched by
gets
accident.
broken. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
If-
yeah.
What's the limits of this? It's outside of buildings, but anywhere in Spawnville.
Anywhere in Spawnville, so we'll say up to the edge, the obvious edge of where Spawnville is in every
Okay.
direction, so you can't go across the bridge or anything like
edge
that.
of the
Okay,
bridge.
yep.
Yeah.
You can't go
portal.
through the
This-
portal. The portal is the limit. You try and kill the other person, you get to take their diamond. It's not guaranteed that you get their diamond. If there is a group of you around when you get the kill and someone else picks up the diamond, bad luck to you. You didn't get the diamond. Obviously, that everyone's going to pull themselves out. The last person standing will have all of the diamonds. That is your reward.
Nice.
The loot fairy will come out. It will be obvious when I am the loot fairy. I will, although to those of you wearing limited armor, well, with the limited armor mod thing, you probably already see roughly what I'm going to look like
I
anyway.
can see it very well.
Go.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh shoot! Oh, I opened my inventory.
Oh, I can't even get away from the spawn.
Oh my god, I'm being chased. I'm chasing Lane.
Go,
Yeah,
just do it. do it,
we have
do
like
it.
a chase train going on. Oh, it's crazy over here!
Punching
Oh,
each
no.
other.
Apparently, I can't.
oh, I fell
punch
in the water.
Oh no.
I'm
Haha, tricked you.
Loot fairy!
Oh, dear.
Oh no!
Where'd he
Oh
go?
god, where's the loot fairy?
Oh, where is he?
Where is he?
Oh!
Probably-
Woo!
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Oh, wow, there he is.
Oh, you do have the fairy wings. Nice.
Oh gosh.
Goose.
Whose idea was it to punch people to
Oh,
death?
someone got some armor from the
I know,
armor
this
stand.
takes so long.
Hold on. Okay. someone-
Yeah.
No,
trying to
what do you
find
Well,
mean?
because
oh,
I didn't
no?
pick up the loot.
Oh, Jittery has a sword! Ah! No!
Out.
Yep,
Oh,
mine
no,
is
no, no,
out.
Fairy's
Yeah.
out. Izzy's out.
Oh, does Goose have a sword?
I got a sword.
Who's in?
Where did
Me
everybody
and
go?
K-Hug.
Help
Where'd
me!
they
He's
all
got a weapon!
Oh.
Goose is
Oh.
dead. Run, K-Hug, run!
I am dead. I am dead.
Uh-oh.
I'm just observing.
This is
Uh-oh.
fine.
Yeah.
I can just wait
Who's
you
over
out.
here hiding? The fairy's
Did he
running,
die?
guys.
There he
down the center.
comes.
Uh-oh.
I don't think anyone's found Empress. I think she's just hiding.
No, I love it.
Uh-oh.
Hey. What'd he get? What'd he get?
Up, up.
I
you
think
just
I got a
Goose,
potion.
didn't
You
pick
dropped
it
it.
up.
You didn't get it. You didn't
Oh
get it.
no!
Oh my
Get out
god.
of here.
Oh!
That's so funny.
K-Hug, where you at?
Oh,
I'm starving, so I can't run.
Ow.
Oh.
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 Oh no.
There you go.
Oh no!
No, I can't chase you.
E, let's get him! E, let's get him! Turn around! Let's get him! He's got a sword. It's gonna take both of us.
Uh-oh.
Right.
Yeah!
Down to the last three. Go, go, go,
Ow!
go, go.
Ow! Ow! That hurts. He's got to be low,
Get
right?
him,
Ooh, I'm shaking
get
really
him.
bad, K-Hug. I'm shaking really bad.
Oh,
Oh
so
no! No! No!
K-Hug runs.
Right.
Come on, get in here.
I've got no food. I
Goose
can't
has to be
fight.
pretty low too. Come on, you guys can do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
How low are you, Goose? How low are you?
I got
You wouldn't
5 hearts.
What?
No, I got half a heart.
You're
He's
lying.
got low food saturation.
he has 5.
Get him,
tenths of a
K-Hug.
heart.
They're both
Five
like
tenths.
running
Hit him
very,
once, hit him
very
once.
slowly.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, nice.
Low speed
Oh.
chase.
That was
The
horrible.
lowest
Nice.
bronze ever.
Ow.
I will take bronze by being a coward.
So do you have all the diamonds and all the heads then?
Yes, I have all the diamonds, heads, and loot.
Oh,
That's fun.
Nice.
I'm gonna get rid
That
of
was
these.
so unfair. That sword was stupid.
Wait, why? How did I just die? What just happened?
You
Um,
punched
you
an
hit
armor
one-
stand that has thorns on it.
Oh, do I get all my stuff back?
K-Hug stuff some of it.
Let's
Gosh,
get
I
these
have
out of here.
Zinc skin with his little wings. That'd be fun.
I like the bow.
Feels
though.
like getting rid of that one.
The wings are
Yeah.
hilarious.
I guess you can have these back, Goose.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay.
Everyone
round
ready?
2.
Everyone got a diamond in their offhand?
Oh,
Quick aside.
Oh, I see. Food.
got a
Well,
Mhm.
that was
pink
close.
booty.
Yeah, everybody.
I don't like this angle.
I'm just gonna look
You don't
down.
like it anymore
That's
now,
okay.
Lane? Is that
Oh,
better for you?
I'm not recording. Oh, hold on. I mean,
Okay, if we're all ready, go and loot fairy.
Oh,
and
look
Loot
at
Oh,
there.
and Loot Fairy.
Well, that was great. That was a lot of fun. I didn't win the other 2 games, but I did win the first one, and I'm very happy about that. Got a lot of diamonds, got a lot of heads. So now it's time to get working on that statue. We're going to go clear that area out and get it all ready for the build. All right, we got the area all cleared out. I got my supplies here. I think enough. It's pretty much just all granite. And we are going to start building. I think it's right about here, but I might move it over right around here, I think. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And there we go. All right, there's a llama statue if I've ever seen one. And you know what? It didn't turn into a goose, and I'm really proud of myself for that. I want to do something right here. I don't know what. Maybe I'll do some cool boulders or something. Maybe I'll make a little workshop. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I want to do something right here just to fill in this flat space. But I'm happy with that. That's the first time I've done a big organic in survival, and thank you, scaffolding. Also, I'm never building something tall and organic like this in survival again. That was a pain, let me tell you. But it's done. I'm happy with it. And I can finally fly past this rock and be like, that looks like a llama. And it actually is a llama. That is all that we have time for. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a little bit of a creative building heavy episode, but I thought it was fun and we got a new project done. So hopefully I get this done before the sun sets. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Check out all the other crafters. All of them are in the description. Go and check out my Discord. That Discord is in the description. There's a Discord for CraftWorks in the description. There's a lot of stuff in the description. Go and check it out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.